What's going on, guys? Marcus here, back in the shop, and well, I'm not playing the song for you because I'm tired of getting all these copyright strikes every time I do a reaction and I listen to the song while I'm doing the video. So nah, if you actually do want to listen to the song, either subscribe to Tidal or find somebody who has a subscription. Shout out to my little sister. Or I think the song is actually on YouTube now on Fat Joe's channel. Let me double check for sure. Yeah, it is. So definitely check out for that. Let me just say this straight. I am super hyped for this album right here. The anticipation for this album was actually a little higher than it was for when DJ Khaled's album Major Keys came out. And the only reason why I was hyped for that one was because I had other people that hyped it up for me because they were like, yo, Khaled always drops classics. And I was like, I wasn't really feeling last year's album like that. But either way, this joint right here, I can't say I've always been a Fat Joe fan. I've been a fan of Terror Squad, obviously, from the Pun days, Terror Squad, early Terror Squad days and shit like that. Of course, Fat Joe, he definitely has some classics on his bus as far as albums, but there are a couple albums that have been a little iffy, and people may want to say, like, you know, he don't have bars. I personally think Fat Joe got bars, but I feel like he's like Jay-Z. He's only going to use them when necessary, because when it comes to certain anthems and certain singles, he's not going to put his pen to the test. And this song, to me, actually tells you that my hypothesis is pretty much correct, because I feel like Remy killed him on this shit. Not to say his verse was whack, but it definitely wasn't up to par. I feel like his verse on All The Way Up was definitely a lot better here. This one was kind of light, but Remy definitely killed him on here, talking about when she's in Dubai, she sees a bunch of Khaleds out there. I thought that was funny as hell. Maybe slightly racist, I'm not sure, because what you trying to say, all Arabic people look alike? I mean, nobody wanted to hear all black people, all Latino people, all white people look alike. That's not nice, Remy. Shame on you. But I know that Khaled is, you know, Terror Squad family, Rockefeller family. So I think it's all cool, it's all jokes here and there. But either way, I'm definitely feeling the song. I will say though, the only thing I don't like is that, that's nothing against French Montanna, but having French Montanna on the second single for the second time is like, so is he gonna be all over the album? I mean, if he is, you might as well just say it's a French, Fat Joe, and Remy album. I mean, if it's a trio, which to me is pretty dope, because French Montanna does represent, I guess, the newest school of New York hip hop, even though French has been out for a minute, and he's a little older than most dudes, but really he only has one album which came out, what, 3 years ago? So I would still classify him as a new guy, especially when comparing to Fat Joe, who came out in the early 90s, you know, 92 or something like that, and Remy Ma, who, what, late 90s, early 2000s. So I think that would be pretty dope for like a old school OG Bronx duo with this new guy. Again, you already know what I mean by new guy, together for a trio. That would be dope as hell. If not, let them know on the cover that this is featuring French Montanna if he's all over the album. And I'm thinking back to like Raekwon when he dropped Only Built for Cuban Links, when it said featuring Ghostface Killah, because Ghostface was all over the album, but they didn't call it a Ray and Ghost album. They called it a Raekwon album featuring Ghostface Killah. So I'm kind of wondering if French is going to be featured on the album, like where he's all over the place. If not, it's just these two singles, it's just the coincidence. Hey, I guess that's cool, but I don't think it was, you know, to me personally, I kind of wish if that wasn't the case, I wish they tried something different, because it brings back that same feeling that I had for the All The Way Up, which is a dope song, but come on, don't be a copycat about it, you know what I mean? I will say, I do like the beat a lot, because it does remind me of that nostalgic mid-2000s New York music, where it was like a real triumphant, I'm not even sure that's a word, like the trombones and shit. It makes you feel like you're going into battle, and to me that was like that New York sound of like the mid to late 2000s, like Red Cafe, Mano, I think Ja Rule, New York, that's like earlier 2000s. But at that time, to me, like down south obviously has that trap sound. Chicago right now, they kind of have that adopted trap style, but they call it drill music. West Coast right now, they got something different from what they had before, like the 90s, the 90s funk era, the G-funk era. Right now it's somewhat different. And obviously New York had the boom bap sound. To me, the East Coast, specifically New York, I feel like it's more of that triumphant, that going into battle sound to me. Because when you listen to the songs like dun 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 dun, it sounds like some shit that you would play before you go into war. And it's got me excited, because people ask, what is that New York sound? And when I think of New York sound, I think of this. And it kind of reminds me of Dipset, because you know how it was like that real dramatic production? That's what this reminds me of. This is actually one of my most anticipated albums of 2016. I'm pretty sure this shit got pushed back a lot, because I thought it was supposed to be a summer album originally. I guess not, because I still haven't seen a track listing and I have not seen a release date. If you have seen one, let me know in the comment section. And that's pretty much it, guys. I think the song is dope. I'm really excited for the album. I will say Remy killed Fat Joe. You know, it's arguable to say that she killed him on the first song too, but either way, I like how they work back and forth together. I like the chemistry, but I'm really excited for this album, and I'm just waiting for this shit to drop. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and let me know if there's something new and relevant that you want me to review. And I don't mean relevant like there gotta be a new rapper, but something new that came out this week. Don't ask me to review something that came out like 3 months ago. Like that shit right there, I know I'm not gonna get no views on it. So nothing personal against that, but I'm just saying, just my preference, I'd rather review something that came out within a week span. So I'll catch y'all later.